story we have been following throughout the past.
You know what's funny? When Angel Reese was winning in college, she couldn't stop talking. Interviews, dances, taunts, you name it. But now that the WNBA is slapping her with reality, suddenly she's quiet. Miss Bayou Barbie has gone from national spotlight to nearly invisible, and no one's surprised. All that barking, all that trash talk, gone the moment she had to face real competition. And now ESPN ranks her 12 out of 15 rookies. That's bottom tier. You spent all your time building a brand, now you've got to play the part, and clearly you're not built for it. You wanted attention? You got it. But the court doesn't care about your TikTok followers.
Caitlin Clark gets hurt, and guess what? Your demand vanishes because people ain't going to pay up to see these athletes that are ungrateful that their sport's growing. People aren't paying up for that. And we are here, right here. The tickets for this game, for this All-Star game, they've dropped by 50%.
This is what everybody's been talking about. This right here, Caitlin Clark, the banner right there on the JW Marriott. It is 34 stories banner, unbelievable. Is the largest banner ever on the JW Marriott. You may think about the bracket. Remember back in the NCAA tournament back in 2021? Yeah, it's bigger than that as well. 113,000 square feet. It is unbelievable. And you see what it says, from downtown in my town. No doubt, this is something that is grabbing everyone's attention. And who else better to be on that than the star herself?
Remember when Angel Reese used to bully college girls in the paint? That version of her is long gone. In the pros, she looks lost, like she forgot how to play. Shooting just 37% as a center is ridiculous. You're the tallest one out there and still can't finish at the rim? That's not elite, that's lazy. And we're not talking one bad game. This is consistent underperformance. You're not dominating anymore, you're dragging. Every minute she plays is just another reminder that hype doesn't equal talent. And the media? Even they're starting to back off. You can't fake hustle forever.
Really unfortunate that Caitlin Clark missed it. The crowd would have been exploding. The crowd would have been exploding. The arena would have been exploding. Oh man, a big miss as far as the WNBA is concerned. From $121 all the way down to just $64 after news broke that Caitlin Clark won't be playing. These are people saying, I'm done. I don't want to watch. Caitlin Clark's not. I bought tickets solely to watch Caitlin Clark in the All-Star game. I made accommodations solely to get to Indiana to watch Caitlin Clark in the All-Star game. She is injured. I have no interest in that anymore. People are selling their tickets so much so they just want off of them. 121, okay. You want it for 100? Oh no, okay. I guess I gotta lower it to 80. Oh, you don't want to buy it for 80? Okay, I guess I'll lower it to 70. You don't want to buy it to 70? I guess I'll lower it to $64. The WNBA is paying attention to these trends. And they're seeing firsthand what Caitlin Clark is worth.
Let's talk about this fake double-double narrative. Angel Reese doesn't hustle. She misses her own layups 3 times in a row, grabs the rebounds, and finally scores. That's not effort, that's stat padding. She's literally out here building numbers off her own mistakes. And people on social media fall for it. Oh, she got 15 rebounds. Yeah, 8 of them were her own misses. Real hoopers see right through that. It's not dominance, it's inefficiency dressed up as grit. Stop calling that elite. Elite is clean, consistent execution, not rebounding your own brickfest. This ain't high school anymore. Time to grow up.
Ticket prices. The demand fell off a cliff. And it's not just the on-court product that suffers without 22, number 22, Caitlin Clark. The entire weekend's economic opportunities have felt the fallout.
But when it comes to the vendors in the arena, the shops in the arena, they're not going to have the same amount of people patronize their business as they would if Caitlin Clark was there. The surrounding restaurants, the surrounding areas, the surrounding attractions, they're not going to have the same number of people patronize their business as they would if Caitlin Clark.
Now look at Caitlin Clark, the complete opposite. She doesn't need drama. She doesn't need cameras following her to Super Bowl parties. She just plays ball. She's out there shifting the culture, changing women's basketball, and doing it all with her game. No attitude, no excuses. Just work. Meanwhile, Angel needed drama to stay in the conversation. That viral taunt, that media circus, All of it just to mask average play. Clark? She never said a word, just came out and lit the league up. That's why she's everywhere now, because real hoopers let their game do the talking.
For the second time ever, the WNBA All-Star Game was supposed to feature an actual star. Normally, this celebration of pretend basketball features players that no one's ever heard.
Our game in Indiana where Caitlin Clark is not healthy enough to play. Well, it all started last year, in her rookie season, where she received 20% of all the flagrant fouls in the league. And most of them came from Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. And these weren't basketball plays. They were not only fouling her, but they were getting up, laughing about it, laughing about Caitlin Clark getting assaulted. Any other work environment, people go to jail for what's...
People keep crying, why does Caitlin Clark get all the deals? Like it's some deep injustice. Newsflash, she earned them. She's the reason ratings are breaking records. The crowd comes to see her, not anyone else. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is out there playing mid and wondering why the brands aren't calling. It's not rocket science. Clark shows up, performs, keeps her head down, and elevates the league. Reese shows up to get content. One is building a movement, the other is building a following. You can't just demand attention, you have to deserve it. And right now, Caitlin's the only one delivering.
There's a level of physicality that they're able to play with against her. You know, I knew it as an opponent, and I see it as her coach. And you know, I'm not exactly sure why, but it just is what it is. And we've got to help her learn to adjust and use it against them in certain ways. You know, we've got to find some ways to make it a little bit easier for her. But the level of physicality overall in our league has been at a different level than it's been for a long time.
Last year, I noticed how much it was just Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark was taking all the hits. Caitlin Clark was taking all the abuse. But this year they've added Sophie Cunningham. She gets more flagrant fouls on her than anybody in the league besides Caitlin Clark. And Aaliyah Boston, she's been taking hits as well. But the worst thing is the consistency. So they don't call flagrant fouls. Or most of the time, Caitlin Clark could be held for an entire game at a time. They don't call fouls. They don't call common fouls. But then when it's the Indiana Fever, guess what? Touch foul here, touch foul here. They call absolutely no.
This girl really flew to the Super Bowl during the WNBA season. Like, in the middle of the grind, she dipped for red carpets and camera flashes. Who does that? Who skips team duties to go party in another city, then has the audacity to come back like nothing happened? It's not about relaxing. It's about priorities. And clearly, Angel's priorities aren't basketball. Your teammates are out there running drills while you're busy flexing outfits. That's not the behavior of a professional. That's influencer energy, and news flash. The WNBA doesn't hand out trophies for vibes.
Taped around my thigh, around my glute, just trying to make sure there was enough pressure to hold that groin. And the hard part is that the groin is sort of an area that you can't just touch and go, oh, it hurts right here. You feel it deep. You have to get a lot of deep treatment, whether it's ice and heat and rest. Well, Caitlin Clark, she can't find a lot of rest right now because she's mid-season. But I think that injury is really tough because it lingers. No matter how much medicine you take, you can feel fine. You get back out there, one move, one change of direction, and boom, you're right back feeling that same type of pain. So it's going to be a tough injury that she's going to have to manage.
How long did it take you to recover from?
To be honest, Tracy, I play tennis and I can still feel that injury linger because I don't know that it ever really goes away. You just learn to manage and play.
This is complained without being fine-worthy about officiating. I just want to see about your thoughts on if officiating is an issue and how it can be improved. Because clearly there seems to be problems or disconnect between what players and coaches feel and what officials are actually calling.
While Reese was out flashing her smile for photo ops, Caitlin Clark was in the gym. Period. That's the difference. One is obsessed with greatness, the other is obsessed with being seen. Clark doesn't need the spotlight, she creates it. Every off-season, every break, she's in the lab working. Meanwhile, Reese is chasing attention, then acting confused when her numbers don't back it up. There's a reason Clark is leading the charge and Reese is struggling for relevance. Talent alone won't save you here. Consistency and work ethic win every time. And Clark? She's got both on lock.
You know, as a fan of sports for 60 years now, I know that no one's ever happy with officiating. All sports deal with it, but we're working hard to make sure we're putting the best product out on the court, and our officiating then follows that.
Against Breanna Stewart, she goes to the line 14 times. Asia Wilson goes to the line 13 times. And Aaliyah Boston can't play 20 minutes in a game without being on the bench in foul trouble. That's another problem that we're dealing with. But like I said, this year, it's not just Caitlin Clark. If you wear that Indiana Fever jersey, consider it done. The refs are not going to be fair, and they are going to cheat and do whatever it takes to do it the higher up.
Her league debut had 700,000 viewers. Angel Reese's entire season couldn't touch that. Her Indiana Fever games are outpacing actual NBA broadcasts. That's not luck, that's drawing power. People want to see Caitlin Clark hoop. They want to watch history being made. Meanwhile, Reese's highlights barely make it past Instagram Reels. It's not because she's hated, it's because she's not producing. Hype fades. But greatness? That sticks. Clark moves the needle. Reese just makes noise. And if you're still confused about who's the star, check the numbers again.
I mean, you're going to mess around, and a large, massive group of fans are going to be like, enough is enough. We've never had to see anything like it in sports, but you don't see these other leagues going around talking crazy about their fan bases all the time, like this league does. It's continuous. They're running their mouth about the people that are paying money to see them. You don't have other jobs where people walk up. You're in a public job that's in front.
Caitlin Clark is writing a legacy with every game. Every shot, every assist, every record, it's all adding up to something that'll last beyond headlines. Angel Reese? She's curating a brand. That's it. When the lights go out and the filters fade, what will be left? Because followers don't hang banners. Instagram clout doesn't win championships. Legacy is built on grind and performance, not on likes and retweets. And Clark understands that. That's why she's doing things we've never seen before, while Reese is still trying to go viral. There's a difference, and it's getting wider.
Through Caitlin shit. Yeah, just going through, I'm going to tell you, Leah Boston, let's break down her face right now. I am not happy with the Liberty mascot invading our home turf right here. I mean, that mascot's cute. That mascot's cute. It is. She's having fun, but, it's the Liberty mascot. So, of course, that is what everybody notices, right? After the meeting, the WWE style meeting in the back of the arena, right? As the heels are all meeting together, Breanna Stewart and Sabrina and Sandy Barndello, basically the Liberty, and of course the recruiting into the Four Horsemen. They're recruiting.
Here's the harsh truth. People are tired of the gimmicks. Tired of empty flexes. Tired of main character energy without the main player stats. Angel Reese had her moment, but she wasted it chasing everything except basketball. And now, Caitlin Clark is the one carrying the league, drawing the fans, and putting women's basketball on the map. Reese said she was her. Funny because Caitlin didn't say a word, and still became exactly that. The spotlight doesn't lie. And right now Clark owns it. Not because she asked for it, but because she earned it.